Okay, so really we're just going through with the focus is more on using our legs today, because some of us have ankle weights, but really these are basics. So regardless of whether you have ankle weights or not, the same principles will apply, and I will be talking about them as we go through. So we will start standing, and get yourself against the wall, and get some more light in here in that direction, and really get your feet away from the wall, and use your legs, first of all, to press into the wall a little bit. So we all have a curve in our spine, and each of us is different. I go through phases where my curves are very deep and more tight, so I can't flatten my back out at the beginning, but you basically are using your abs to create compression and creating length in the lower back as best you can. Now, with the feet further forward, the more forward they are, even bent, it's easier to push the foot back in. So you just find that place where you feel, okay, I've got this. I'm stabilized, I'm centered. My heels are together, the toes are very slightly separated, maybe an inch or two apart, and get a sense of what your own center is. Now see, you can have your knees long or slightly bent. In fact, let's all of us start with the knees long, and then see if you can lift one leg up and just hold it. See if you can pull it into your stomach and hold, and without the hips moving. That's the hard part. Put the foot down, reconnect to your middle, and then lift the other leg up. Now, you may find that one side's easier than the other because different aspects of our core may not be, evenly challenged. And down, and then just for a minute, contract, like you're going into the position for the hundreds. So your ribs will close and push back into the wall, and your lower back will lengthen. So in this shape, you want to feel a little bit more length in the lower back and a real strong stomach contraction. Then come back up again. Again, lift one leg, lower it down, keep that stomach and back nice and long, lift the other leg, attempt to not wobble. If you're wobbling, literally don't lift the leg off the floor. Just go to that place where the wobble starts and then stop. And then scoop. Really pull the stomach up, especially you on Slavic, because you're scoop Pilates. And back. Every time you come back, see if you can keep even more of that ab integrated and connected. Lift. And down, lift, and down, and scoop, pressing that back into the wall. Now keep your back pressed in now if you can, and let's all of us just slide down for a minute. So if you can get your hips in line with your knees, very good. Your feet you want to move your feet far enough out that the knees don't go beyond your big toes. Again, slide it down, pressing your back into the wall. I hope your wall is helping you slide. Sometimes we need to put a towel there because our clothing is keeping us. And one more time. As you go down, you stop here and really use your legs to push your back into the wall. So now we're getting that lower back really nice and long and flattened out. So we're just stretching for a minute, curve forward to get even more pressure. Here's our spine stretch forward. Press back, keeping the stomach working. Pull the stomach in and slide up. See if you have a little bit more length in your lower back and sacrum now. And here we go again. Lift the foot. Lower it down. Lift the foot. Lower down. Scoop. And back, and now we add the slide, and slide, and slide back. One more time like this. Deep lift, really work into your abs. Lift, and down, lift, and down, round a little bit, and back, and slide down, keeping the stomach pulled in and up. and come back up. Now move the feet a little bit further in. Get a sense of being square and see if you can bend one knee and lift it without anything changing. And back. So you can feel your back against the wall, and usually aspects of our hips are very weak. And down. And again, first side. Notice that the weight on the foot that's on the floor, you can literally feel what's happening on your heel and your toes to know how stable or unstable you are. So fortunately, we don't have to be perfect. We just have to work towards this more organized, balanced position. And back. And one more time, lift. And back. Now, we'll do our hundreds like this. So I'd like you to curve in. Find that place where you're balanced, and we'll be alternating legs as we go along. So lift one leg up and start pumping, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep the stomach pulling up. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2. Bring the leg down. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 3, 4, 5. If you need to bend the knee, 4, 5. Exhale, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 4, 5. Exhale, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 4, 5. Exhale, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 3, 4, 5. Roll yourself up. Come to standing and turn around to face the wall. So in this position, you want your hands nicely resting. Your feet are very slightly separated. And all we're going to do is ankle raises. So you lift up as high as you can. So you can get a sense of vertical. Check that you can actually let go. And down. So you want to be facing the wall or lift and down. So we're doing 20 of these. Lift and down and lift. If you want to be more challenged, you do it without. So you can keep your heels together as you go up, lift and down. So notice there's a pulling in and up of your inner thighs and down and lift. I think this is about 7 and down. So you can get a sense of the glutes lifting you up and your back body and down. So put your hands on your hamstrings and see if they are firing, because very often we throw the weight right forward just on our quads, and the back body, which should be the lifter, is not working at all. So if you can, get that to work. Now, if you cannot, get the weight back and see if you can lift up, staying with your weight into the back body. So I would have you with your hands on the wall because you probably would fall because those muscles are weak. It's 2. And down. So there's this very strong contraction of the heel, lifting up into the hamstrings and into the glutes. 3. And lift. And 4. Most of the time you see people, so they'll come way forward because they're riding into the front. We want to see if we can get the back working. And down. And lift. And down. And lift. Keep those heels together. And down. 5 more, I think. 1. And down. And lift. And down. And lift. And down. And lift and down. One more time like this. I hope your heels are still touching and down. Very, very good. So getting this whole back chain to fire is quite a job. Get your heels together. So remember, there's a tendency to go forward. If you look at people walking, they usually got their hips way forward. This whole back part of the body doesn't work for them. They forgot. They left it behind them. So get a sense of being on top of your body. And now bend one knee and lift it up. Don't let the knee come forward. And because we have a weight, it should activate your hamstring and your glute. Bring it down. I'm turning this way so you can see. Bend the other foot up. Don't let the knees move apart. So I don't care how high the leg goes. And down. So guess what? This is single leg kicks. But now we're really asking this part of the body to contract, and hopefully we've stretched out in the front and down and bend and down and bend and down. So once you have those weights, it should really be getting into those muscles, and bend and down and bend and down. If you want to be extra powerful, do it without hands, but only if your hamstrings are working. If you're shifting into another muscle group, keep with the hands to keep pushing yourself back into those muscles. And one more time, make sure you have balanced work. Very, very good. Now let's come down on the floor. So, lying down, we do our regular warm-up, very similar to what we just did standing, but now with the feet on the floor, please do lengthen your lower back down and then scoop your belly. So there's this feeling of like a corset wrapping around and kind of being knotted up. And check, I like to grab my mat and lengthen my whole spine out. So I'm always looking to create length all the way up to the neck. Keeping the stomach in, bring the knee all the way into the chest without the hips moving. Now bring the leg to tabletop, put the leg down next to the other one. Bring the knee all the way in, up to tabletop, lower the leg down. Knees and feet should touch every time you come back down. So you track that line. Bring the knee in, lift the leg to tabletop, lower it down, bring the knee in, lift the leg to tabletop, lower it down. One more time, all the way in, tabletop and down. And last one in, tabletop and down. Now upping it just to tabletop, both knees come up, the first foot goes down, the other foot goes down. Repeating that, up and up and down and down. And again, up and up and down. Now reverse the leg lifting, up and up and down and down and up and up and down. And I'm hoping your whole pelvis and stomach area is stable and locked in a sense, because it's really creating stability for you. Now we're going to lift both legs at the same time. Before you start, can you squeeze your hamstrings towards each other? Make sure your sacrum is nice and flat, and make sure your inner thighs are working. So take one hand and put it between your inner thighs. Check, are they firing? Sometimes it takes a little bit of paying attention to make them work. They can get kind of underused, you could say. So make sure they're firing. Lift both knees up. The knees should be together. The feet should be together. Lower the legs down. Don't let your back arch. Lift the knees up. Now, bring the knees into the chest for a minute. Notice that the back is nice and flat here. So this is kind of your go-to reset place. Keep that position and then come to tabletop. If your back arches on the way down, bring your feet down close to your bottom. So first time, let's everybody bring the feet down. Notice I'm bending my knees, and it allows me to really keep the back down. So the more weak you are and the more archy your back, the more close to your bottom you want to start your work from. Bring the knees in, lift the legs to tabletop. If you're strong, you can take the legs further out without letting this happen. That's your goal. Here we go. In, tabletop, lower the legs down. In, tabletop, lower and squeeze the hamstrings together. 2 more times. In, tabletop, lower the legs down. Last one. In, and tabletop, and lower the legs all the way down. Now, arms to the ceiling. Check that your back is flat. Lift the arms back, very long. Pull the stomach muscles up and curl in like we did against the wall. And extend the arms back and curl. Nice scoop of the belly. Shoulders pulling away from the ears. Back you go. And as you come up, notice that the neck it's not crunched in. It's the trunk that's lifting you, not your head. So really see if you can get the whole trunk to activate. And trunk lifts you. One more time, just like that. Back. And trunk will lift you up. The rib cage and the diaphragm and the stomach. Now we add the knees. So as you lift up, get the knees and trunk to work. And down. And lift. Scoop. And down. And lift. Scoop. And down. One more time like this. And lift and scoop. And down. Now stretch your legs out and reach long with the arms and really lengthen your abdomen. You want this beautiful sense of length from your pubic bone to your sternum, even if the back is arching. So we open this area up. We don't just contract it, we open it. See if you can get the ribs as far away from your hips as you can so your waist is long. And now we'll start our roll up. So your feet are flexed. Bring the arms up to the ceiling, pull the armpits to the waist and just lift. Just pause here for a minute and connect all your body parts together. So the ribs are curling towards the hips, the legs are long. Now see if you can peel off the mat, extend forward towards your feet. And then as you roll back, pull the shoulders down. So you scoop your belly, you articulate your spine, head to the mat, stretch out nice and long. So 2 more times slowly. Arms up, armpits to waist, lift your head and chest, peel off the mat, scooping your belly, dropping your head down, and then roll back, armpits to waist, roll down, roll down, roll down, arms back. One more time like this, arms up, armpits to waist, roll, scoop and reach, and then roll back, pulling the stomach in, rounding through the spine and back. And now 5 times faster. Just let your body go up and down. Let yourself stretch, reach, do it at the speed that works for you. Just allowing the body to actually relax and not think so much. So it's an opportunity to loosen up. If you feel that that's too much for you, you stay going slow. One more time, nice and long, and roll back to the mat. Very, very good. Now from here, you want to bend both knees on the mat. And now again, check that your back is nicely grounded and your sacrum is flat and your spine is long. Wrap your hamstrings. Lift your right leg up to the ceiling. So right above your own hip, no destabilization, and we will start our leg circle. So bring the leg closer to you, circling it below and back to the top. Circle and up. Circle and up. So you can do a rather big circle. The weight will help you, but only if your trunk is stable. If you're flopping around, you need to make this circle smaller. 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Now hold the leg with both hands and give it a stretch. So the weight is really nice. It kind of adds. Flex your foot. Give yourself another stretch. Put the foot down next to the other one and lift your other leg up. So start with a sense of this leg right on top of your own hip, and then let it come a little bit further up and you cross over your own body. Circle the leg and up. Circle the leg. So you're drawing a circle around your own hip. The weight is actually going to ground the hip into the socket, which is very nice. Circle and pause, reverse it. Circle and up. 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 And now hold the leg and give it an extra stretch. Flex your foot. And then bend the foot down next to the other one. And I want you all to stretch out nice and long. Stay in this nice stretch because I have to let my dog in. So just stretch yourselves out. Okay, Wally. You want to come in? Come on. Come on. Come on. Good job. In you come. Take your time. Very good, little guy. So nice long stretch. And now bring your hands to your sides and keep the legs nice and long because we are going to do single leg circles again, but now with straight legs. So press your left leg strongly into the mat. The weight should help you lift your right leg up. Can you get it to 90 degrees without anything changing? Now with the legs nice and long, do your circles again. Circle and 1. How big a circle you do depends upon your stability. 2, 3, 4, 5, reverse it, circle 1, circle 2, circle 3, circle 4, circle 5, and now give yourself a stretch again. Different kind of a stretch because the legs are straight. Flex your foot, put your hand by your side, really ground your belly and lower the legs slowly, keeping this nice stable center all the way down to the mat. Lift your other leg up nice and long. Get it right above the hip if you can and lengthen both legs. And starting again, circle 1, circle 2, circle 3, as big a circle as you want to do. 4, without losing your stability. 5, reverse. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Again, give yourself a good stretch. Flex your foot. Hands to the mat and slowly lower your leg down, keeping a very strong center as you go down. Stretch your arms. We're coming up to sitting position. Bring the arms to the ceiling. Lift your head and chest and roll yourselves up. And for rolling like a ball, our nice transition, the hands come here. Lift your bottom, really scoop your belly and bring your bottom forward. That's our fancy transition. So holding your ankles is going to be different. You have weights down there if you've got them. So nice and tight. Let's see if you can balance. And can you let go and still balance? Get the weight of the legs into the stomach. Now, go back an inch. Really scoop your stomach in. Go back another inch. And now we're going to come back up to this place. Here we go. We roll back and we roll up and pause. Hold it. Now, I don't mind you roll all the way up to the top of your shoulder blades. That's cool, even your neck. Roll back. Get that weight into those parts of your body because it gets underused. It gets frozen. Here we go again. Roll. And roll. Up. Pause. 2 more times like this. Roll. Roll up and pause. 1 more time. Roll. Roll up and pause. Put your feet down for a minute. Now, our next one, see how close you can get your feet to your bottom? Just going to play with this. Can you take one hand on the opposite ankle and the other hand on your wrist? So it's a real tight, you're trying to get as tight and as compressed as you're able to do. Now, your back has to be really open, your hips have to be open. There's so many things that have to facilitate this. So you do your best. If you can't, you stay here. But let's see if we can go for this tighter hug. There's more you can experiment with which hand hold feels better. It asks a lot. How really compressed can you get? And let's go again. Here we go. Roll back, stay nice and tight. And can you come up and balance? Good. Roll back. Roll up and balance. Squeeze in. And again, roll back. Roll up and balance. Are you staying in the middle of your spine? And up. I'm sure not doing it, but it gives me something to strive for. 1 more time. And come up, hold, and feet down. Very well done. We're massaging our whole spine when we do this work. roll down to your mat for your series of 5. So ab work, leg work, it's all in this. So bring your knees to your chest. Curl your head and chest up. Give the legs a hug. Take your right hand to your left knee. Extend that left leg out. Nice and long. Don't lose your shape. Switch. Stretch. Switch. Keep that stomach really pulled in and pressed into the floor. So you want your whole lower back pressing in if you can. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. Good work. Head to the mat, feet to the mat. Just roll your head from side to side. Any tension in the neck, you want to make sure you're letting it go. Double leg stretches. Bend your knees in. Curl your head and chest up. I'm glad I knocked Arlene with her 1.5 kilos for this one. Get that stomach in. Extend the arms and legs. Get the back into the mat. And squeeze tight. And stretch. And squeeze. And stretch. And squeeze. And stretch. And squeeze. One more time. Stretch. And squeeze. Head down. Hands to the mat. With control, bring your feet down. Very good. Scissors. Keep your head down. If your neck is getting tired, you can lift it up if it's not. Bring your knees in. Lift your legs to the ceiling. Curl your head up. Now this one, use the weights to your advantage. So first pull the leg in as far as it'll go. And then let this leg go out as far as it'll go without your pelvis flopping. So double pulse, pulse, pulse. Let the weights help you. Pulse, pulse. 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 Keep the legs in the air. Just drop your head down for a minute. Roll it from side to side. Release the neck. Clasp your hands behind your head with your elbows wide and get the legs right above the hips now. So you have that anchor because it's different when the feet are here. And if you can get them there, if your hamstrings are tight, they'll be further out. Then bend the knees a little bit to get the heels above the sit bone. So we want this heel to sit bone line very vertical. Anchor into your powerhouse and curl your head and chest up. Really lift. Now, lower the legs. Lift them up. Lower the legs, go a little bit further if you can, and lift them up. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Keep pressing your back into the mat. Lower and lift. One more time. Lower and lift. Bend your knees. Head down and feet down without letting your back arch, just for a minute. And we're going into our crisscross. So re-flatten your back out if it has gone into an arch. So you recommit to the waist being down. You're going to let the stomach, so it's like you have a belt pulling you into the ground. Yes, your pelvis is slightly pressed inward. And even more than that, your ribs need to be grounded. So it's easy to do all the work down here and miss actually the whole trunk part. So make sure you get those ribs down. Bring the legs to tabletop. Curl your head and chest up. Make those ribs work. Now right elbow to left knee. Stretch and twist. Switch, stretch and twist. Switch, stretch and twist. And stretch and twist, and stretch and twist, and stretch and twist, and head down, feet down, and now bring the legs back out to this 90-degree angle with the back long and flat. And this is actually part of pre-Pilates, but it's so good and it's on steroids when you have weight. So your knees are together, Just take one leg and extend it. See, similar to what we did standing. Just allow the weight of the leg to kind of sit in, and don't let your pelvis destabilize, and hold this position. And notice how the muscles start to kick in more and more as you put time into this. Now, you lower halfway down your calf and you hold this position. And as you start to fatigue, you want to reactivate even further here. It's going to kick into your quads. It's going to kick into your hip flexors. We're strengthening this whole area. Now you bring it right close to your ankle. Hold it and hold it and hold it. Keep very long, this whole nice long sense of lengthen the leg. Then lift it to mid-calf. Hold it. Reach the leg long. Use the leg that's bent to keep anchoring you into the floor. Then lift up to your knee. Notice how much harder it is now because you're tired. And then put the leg down. So it just stabilizes you. Other leg. Hold it. The knees are glued together. The foot that's on the floor is helping you stabilize your lower back and your trunk. Now, lower to mid-calf. Keep that position. Sometimes I think pre-Pilates is harder than Pilates. That's the workout that sometimes you'll give people a real beginner. It covers foundational qualities. You come down to the ankle. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Make sure the leg is reaching out, but you're locked in. Lift that mid-calf. Hold. 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 Lift up to your knee. Hold. 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 And bring the leg down. And stretch out. Now, we've done a lot of tightening in here. So now, literally let yourself arch. Do whatever you need to get this sense of everything releasing and stretching in the hip flexor in opposition. And so to stretch this area out, let's roll onto our stomachs. So now that you are on your stomach, just for a minute, do whatever you need to do to get the hip bone and the top of your thigh long. So we're looking to release the hip flexors. And if your back is arching a little bit to do that, that's fine. We want that area open. In fact, if you get your hands on the floor, stretch your ribs and your stomach away from your hip flexors. So now we're looking to get that whole front of the body really long. And then put your forehead down, or keep your forehead up for a minute, but keeping this length, take one leg and straighten it and lift it off the floor, making sure the leg feels like it's stretching away from you. So we're again tightening your glute and your hamstring, but we're lengthening the hip flexor. Come back down, take the other leg and lift it. And it doesn't matter how high you are, I want you to get in touch with the length of the leg pulling out of the hip socket. And down. First leg again, lift it. And down, other leg lifted. And down, it's also making your lower back all around the low pelvis work. That area gets under exercise. So this is all strengthening to your basic anatomy. And lift. And down. If you're flexible, you can be up on your elbows. We're doing slow single leg kicks, so you can be down. Check that your hip flexors are open and that your heels and big toes are touching. And then bend one knee in. And kick, keeping that pelvis right in front of the hip flexor, pressing into the floor so it stays long. And other leg comes in. Lengthen and stretch that part of your body. And down. And kick. And down. And kick. And down. And kick. And down. And kick. And down. Now we're combining both exercises together. So lift one leg. Now bend it in as best you can. Kick with the knee off the floor. Extend it out. Notice your weight is coming more forward because of the extra weight, and down. Lift your other leg up. Kick, kick. Extend it out. Lower it down. Lift. Kick, kick. Extend. And down. Lift. Kick, kick. Extend. And down. 2 more times. Lift. Kick, kick. Extend. And down. And last one. Lift. Kick, kick. Extend. And down. Very good. Sit into your heels, child's pose. Just now, just stretch your lower back out. Lengthen out with your arms. Walk your hands to one side of your mat, so the left side is being stretched out, or whatever. I'm walking to my right, so the left side is stretching. Walking to the left, so the right side is stretching. Come back to the center, stretch your arms a little bit more. And come up to sitting and stretch your legs out now for spine, stretch forward. So this first part, nothing to do with ankle weights, but we're going to add. You just want a nice long, turn sideways, a little bit wider than your own mat, lifting up. So you want this sense of really lifting the sacrum up, right on top of the hip sockets. The spine is long. How much can you get this rib cage off of your hips? So really pull up here. Take your arms out in front of you and pull the shoulders down. So you have this upward and downward energy, and the feet are flexed. Take a big breath in. Lift the waist up and drop your head forward. Round your shoulders and start reaching as far forward as you can go, opening up your back body. Roll back up again. Stack your spine up and lift. And again, lift, big breath in, breathing out, round and stretch. And roll back up. Stack your spine up and lift. And again, and breathe out as you go forward, emptying your lungs of air, rounding your back. Breathe in as you come back up one more time. And breathe out, scooping and rounding. You're looking to open your lower back up and stretch it. And roll back up. Lift, 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 and relax. Very good. Now keep your legs where they are. We're going to work now directly into the hip flexors. So both hands on either side of one leg. You want that stomach pulled in. Can you lift the leg off the floor? And down. Whoa, cramp. Oh. Other side. I'm going to have to bend. Lift. And down. First side. Lift. And down. Every time I'm cramping here. And lift. And down. And lift. And down. And lift. And down. So these hips, the ability to lift the legs off the floor in the advanced version of going into open leg rocker, which we're not doing now, you literally lean back and you lift your legs up. So there's a huge amount of power needed in this front section of the body. We just worked a little bit to prepare for it. Holding behind the knees, find that scoop, lift your feet up. Now we're going to find the balance, extend one leg, hold it. Bring it back down, extend the other leg, hold it, and down. First leg again, extend, and down, scooping the belly, extend, and down. One more time, extend, and down. Other side, extend, and down. Now both legs at the same time, extend both legs, hold it, hold it, hold it, and down. 2 more times like this. Extend. If you're advanced, you want to check holding the legs without hands, you can do that. And down, much harder that you, now you have weights. Extend, hold, 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 and down. Now we're adding the rocking. So put your feet down for a minute. The weight's gonna make you fly back. So you just have to be prepared for complete change of dynamics because we have leg weight. So find your V shape. Get ready, and we're 5 times rolling back. Here we go. Roll back, roll through the shoulders, and roll yourself up. Make the stomach work. Again, roll back, roll up and balance, and roll back, roll up. 2 more times like this. Roll back, roll up. 1 more time. Roll back, and roll up. Now let go, balance, and bend your feet in. Bring your hands between your knees, and we'll do this. This is a more advanced hand hold. So we have different levels in this group. So some of you can stretch the legs out and hold the ankles. If you're in this shape, you don't bend your arms. If you want to put this even harder, you bring your legs together. So you'll call where you want to be, or you can keep your hands here. So 5 more at whatever level you want to choose for yourself. Here we go. Roll back and roll yourself back up. And roll back and roll up. I love being challenged in a new way because you have to figure out the physics. More power to come back. 2 more times. Roll back. Roll yourself up. 1 more time. Roll back. And roll yourself up. See if you can balance. Bring your legs together, everybody. Doesn't matter where you're holding. Get as close to your legs as you can. Just give yourself a fun stretch. And then walk down your legs until you're lying flat and your hands are by your sides for corkscrew. So we will do basic corkscrew, but start with your feet right above your hips. So you have a sense of what does it mean when the weight of the legs is into the hips. Now bring the feet forward so your big toe is above your navel. We'll start to the right. You're going to draw a circle around the pelvis and back. Reverse and up. Circle the legs and up. Circle the legs and up. Circle the legs and up. Last one, circle the legs and up. Now, if you have weight, so you know your back is delicate, plop the glutes on your hands so you have a little V, because we're lowering the feet all the way to the floor. You want to create a cradle so your lower back stays as close to the floor as you can until you get all the way down. Stretch your arms over your head, roll up to a sitting position, stretch forward, grab your ankles, just give yourself a good stretch. Roll yourselves back up and open your legs out again for the side bending. We're going to do saw, but before saw, have your hands behind your head. So lift your back up and really open your elbows out. Rotate. I'm rotating to my left. My right elbow is coming to my right knee. So down you go. You don't have to get to the knee, but you want to bend down. The left elbow, the one that's going to the ceiling, you want to stretch it up as much as you can. So you open up your side rib. Lift the ribs away from the hips on that side. Come back. Twist. Down you go as far as you're able to. Now, open the elbow up. Think of your own hip and your own rib on that side and pull them apart. Push the hip down and lift the waist up. Come back. Twist and open the ribs. And back. Twist. Open your ribs. And back. Twist. Open your ribs. And back. And twist. Notice I'm actually pushing the ribs that are bending down into the ribs that are opening up to get extra openness there. And come back up. Put your hands down. So that is a very interesting little trick. We have this ability to move our ribs from side to side. So just put your hands on the floor and do that for a minute. So you get a sense, it actually makes your obliques, the waist muscles have to work to do it. So when you're going into that side stretch and when you're arcing, when you go, get your hands back, push, I'm pushing my ribs this way, and then I'm arcing down and it increases the stretch. Come back, push the other way, and then go down. And see if you can kind of increase your stretch and come back. So that's very useful little subtle things that you can do when you're doing your own practices. So the hands to the side now. So lift your chest up, rotate to the right, left hand is forward, right arm is back. Pull the arms apart, really stretch the shoulders, and now reach towards your little toe 3 times. 1 and 2 and 3 and up. Twist to the other side, twist, and here we go. 1, and one hand is forward, one hand is back, and lift. Twist, and 1 and 2 and 3 and up. Twist, and 1 and 2 and 3 and lift. Twist, and 1, 2, 3 and lift. Twist, and 1 and 2 and 3 and lift. Very, very good. Roll down on your backs and turn onto your stomachs, and we're going to do the double leg kicks. See, we already did single leg kicks. So lengthen your hip flexors out again. Check that your hip bone and pubic bone are pressing down, and just for a minute, take both feet, curl them on the toes on the floor, and stretch the knees. Literally, notice how I'm pulling myself back with my heels to open up the front of the quads. You want that long stretch in there, and then relax and bring the legs together. So you want this opening of the front body. Now, head to one side, hands behind your back, and elbows are dropping down. Feet and knees, toes and heels are together. Bend both knees and kick your bottom twice. Kick, kick, and lift your chest. Other way, kick, kick, and lift your chest. First side, kick, kick, and lift. Other side, kick, kick, and lift. First side, kick, kick, and lift. And other side, kick, kick, and lift. Very good. And now, coming either on your forehead or your hand, on your lifting up a little bit. See again if you can lift both legs up at the same time now. So both legs lift, lower down, both legs lift, lower down, both legs lift, lower down, both legs lift, and down, both legs lift, even if you're just thinking of lifting, and down. Now, we're going to do basic swimming. So your arms are long, and your forehead is down on the mat. So your forehead is not up, or you can just look forward. Lift your right hand and your left leg off the mat. Just hold it there. Reach the arms apart so you feel the traction, and down. Do the same with the other side. Right leg and left arm. And down. So your forehead can be down, or you can be looking forward. Lift and down. Other side. Lift and down. Lift and down, and lift and down. Sit back into your heels again and stretch your back out. And now come onto your hands and knees. We're going to do basic balance control front or planks. And I want to go over the building blocks for this, especially if you have sensitive shoulders. So here's my armpit and there's my waist. If I take my armpits and pull them toward the waist, I'd like you to get in touch with that. You start to engage your lats. And then check that your weight is over your hands, not back here. It's a completely different place. See if you can get in touch with how to anchor those shoulders in towards the ribs with the weight over the hands. Then find that nice support of your belly. And if you feel that you want to go into a full plank, extend one leg back and one leg back. So the armpit should be very actively pulling in towards the waist as you lift into your plank. Bend your right knee or the first knee and back. Reverse the movement. Leg and leg. Pull the armpits to the waist. Hold. And back and back. One more time. First leg. Press and press. Hold. And back and back. Other side. Press and hold. Really pull the stomach in as you do this. And back and back. Now from here, staying in the four-legged position, take one leg straight back. Nothing changes in your hips and in your waist. Now, can you lift the leg into the air? Hold it. Bring it back in. Other leg first to the floor, so you anchor your powerhouse. You anchor your waist and your lower back. Then you lift without changing shape. Usually people start to arch a lot to get the leg up. Don't arch. And down. So you find that integrity in the stomach, extend and lift. Hold the position. And back, other side. Get that stomach firing before you lift the leg. And you have to be sensitive that you're not flopping your bottom all over the place. I'm trusting you. And back. Now, you can repeat or we can do this from a plank. So your call which level you want to work from. Armpits to waist. Get a nice base. If you want to go back to plank, go back to plank. And now lift one leg. Whoa. Lift. And down. Other leg. Lift. And down. First leg. Lift. And down. Other leg. Lift. And down. First leg. Lift. And down. Another leg lifts. And down. Very good. Again, stretch your back out. And then come onto your back for bridges. So, your hands are by your sides. Your feet, bring your feet quite close in. And this first part, you just wrap your hamstrings and lift the hips up. So now we've worked a lot into the hamstrings and the glutes, so you should feel a little bit more kind of oomph behind that part of your body. Lower down. And again, squeeze your glutes together. Squeeze your knees together. Work your hamstrings, push into the heels to get more lift. And see if you can open your hip flexors. And down. One more time like this. Roll and lengthen. So the tail should feel like it's extending toward your knees. And down. Now we're going to add to that. So lift again. Get yourself nice and extend one leg. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Bend. Lift the hips if they drop. Extend. Hold. Hold, bend, lift again, first side, lift, hold, hold, and bend, and other side, lift, hold, bend, tighten and lift a little more, and roll down, and I'll bend the knees in to relieve any tension, and roll from side to side, and roll up to a sitting position for neck pull just to change the dynamics because we've been working so much into the lower back. Clasp your hands behind your head and lift. Now, when I have my hands clasped, I'm clasping the base of my skull and I'm lifting it up. So you want to literally feel, how can I get the back of my head and lift it to create length in my neck? And then see if you can track your spine underneath to make a straight line. So big lift in the whole body, and now drop your head and pull your head down towards your knees. So your whole back is stretched out. Roll yourself back up and re-lengthen your neck. Lean back as far as you can go in a flat back. And then when you can't do that anymore, you roll down. If you're super advanced, you keep your elbows to the side. So when you lift, the elbows stay to the side. And if you're not super advanced, you get up any which way you can. Lift up, lengthen the neck. Round and pull your head to your knees. Roll yourself up, lift the back of the neck. Lean out as far as you can go with a flat back and roll yourself down. One more time. Roll up and lift. Roll down, head to knees. Roll yourself up to lift. Lengthen the back of the neck. Lean out, lean out, lean out, lean out, lean out, lean out, and roll yourself down. Very nice. Let's roll onto our side for side kicks. Let's start with the knees bent. So in this position, you want one knee on top of the other and your hips stacked. Make sure you check that the knees are right on top of each other and your hips and your shoulders are lined up and your head is elegantly lifted. Actually, if you can get your elbow in line with your armpit, in line with your hip, power to you. So there's a big stretch on this side of the body. Without anything changing, lift your knee and down, lift and down, lift. So nothing should be moving in the pelvis. It should be very steady. And you get the knee as high as it'll go. It depends upon your range of movement and the tone of the muscles. 2 more times. But you don't want to move in the pelvis if you can help it. Now we add height. So it goes higher. The foot comes down. The knee comes down. The knee goes up. Lift. The foot comes down. The knee comes down. Knee, lift, foot, and knee. Knee, lift, foot, and knee. One more time. Knee, lift, foot, and knee. Now, lift the knee up and then internally rotate the knee towards the other knee. And knee to the ceiling, knee to the knee. Knee to the ceiling, knee to knee. Knee to the ceiling, knee to knee. Knee to the ceiling, knee to knee. One more time like this, knee to the ceiling, knee to knee. Just pause for a minute, give the muscles a bit of a rest, and then lift so you're parallel. Notice I'm not internal or external, I'm parallel because now I'm drawing a circle with the knee above the bottom leg. So it's just kind of hiking around. You're working into the side glute muscles very actively. Reverse the movement, working the other way, circling around. And then come on down, again, rest. And just to give this side a break, let's bend this foot up and extend the opposite leg out. It's on the floor, so we're working our inner thigh. You want the bottom leg very flexed. So the heel is pressed away from you, then lift the leg up and lower it down. Lift the leg up, lower it down. Lift your leg up, lower it down. Lift your leg up, lower it down. Lift your leg up, lower it down. One more time, lift it up and then start circling the leg in the air. So you're working into your adductor or your inner thigh because that's what's making the lift happen. Reverse your circles. Circle, 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 circle. Lift the leg as high as it'll go. Put the leg down and now extend both legs out. So they should be on a diagonal in front of you. The feet are flexed. Take your top leg and lift it as high as it'll go without your waist getting short. lower down. Lift the leg, lower down. Lift the leg, lower down. Lift your leg, lower down. One more time like this, lift your leg. Now we'll do the forward and back one. So you want to lift the leg hip height and forward, forward, and reach the leg behind you. Forward, forward, and reach. So your body should be nice and steady. And reach. Forward, forward, reach. 2 more times. Forward, forward, reach. Last one. Forward, forward, reach. And bring the leg down. Turn the leg very slightly out. Lift it hip height in little circles here. Reaching the leg out of the socket. Just getting the whole muscles of the leg nice and strong. Reverse your circles the other way. Your trunk should be very stable. Very good. Bring both legs down. Now, last, lift both legs and down. Lift both legs. I'm thinking of Arlene with her 3 kilos. Lift and down. And me and my 2 pounds. Lift and down. One last time like this. Boy, does it work my waist muscles. And down. Very good. Let's go to the other side. So start out with your knees bent. You want to angle elbow, armpit, hip, and feet in a straight line, getting as much length in the lower body as you're ready to have. And lift this knee and lower it down so you lift it as high as it is ready to go, and down, and lift, and down, and lift, and down. Lift the foot and down. One last time, lift the knee and down. Now we add the height. Lift and higher and down. Lift higher and down. And lift and down. And lift and down. And lift and down. Last one like this, and lift and down. Now in external, internal rotation. So you lift, knee to knee, knee to ceiling, knee to knee, knee to ceiling, knee to knee, knee to ceiling, knee to knee, knee to ceiling. One more time, knee to knee, and knee to ceiling. Bring the leg down just for a minute to massage your joint if it's burning. I hope so. And now we lift hip height parallel, and we start these circles around the bottom leg, circling around. Just getting those leg muscles working, reversing it, circle, 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 and circle. Bring your leg down. So you have this angle of the sides. You extend the legs out along that angle. Take your top leg and bend it in just to give the leg a break. Bottom leg is flexed. Lift it up. Lower it down. Lift it up and down. Lift the leg and down. Lift your leg and down. Lift and down. Now lift it up and hold it and start your circles in the air, making those legs fire. Circle the leg, circle, reverse it, and 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lower the leg down and extend both legs out on a long diagonal, flexing the feet. Lift the first leg up. Can't remember, we'll do forward and backs. Forward, forward, long to the back. Forward, forward, and long. Forward, forward, and reach. Forward, forward, and long. Forward, forward, and long. And last one, this direction, forward, forward, and long. Bring the leg down, check your alignment, and then lift the leg as high as it'll go, and down. Lift the leg, reaching it out, and down. And lift the leg, and down. And lift your leg. So your leg can go as far as your body will let you do it without collapsing the rest of the trunk shape. One more time, and down. Very good. Now little circles, you turn the leg out a little bit, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Reverse it, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bring the legs down, and both legs lift, and down, and lift your legs, and down, and lift the legs, and down, lift your legs, and down. One more time, lift your legs, and down. Good job. Roll onto your back. Just bring the knees into your chest for a minute and rock side to side, just to relieve any tension that may have built up in the lower back or in the hips. And as our hips got quite a challenge, open your feet a little bit wider than your knees. Let's make sure I'm not going to hit. Take your arms to the side and drop both knees towards the floor in one direction. So just loosening up the sockets right now, loosening up the thighs. Come back, drop to the other side. And back, and again, drop both knees first side. So we're just rocking out any build-up tightness that can build in. And other side. Now, first side again, drop. So take the knee that's the most furthest away and take your foot onto that knee and push it down. And let it come up so you stretch literally into the, you may even get a stretch into your stomach area. You want that to open up all of that area. And then come back, go to the other side. Again, foot is up, and use it as a lever to stretch out the hip and the stomach and the waist area, perhaps, wherever you're feeling it. Should feel nice. And then come back. Very good. Now, knees are together for our teaser. So your hands are by your sides. Lift one leg up. Actually, let's just lift it and put it down. And the other leg lifts and down. First leg lifts and down. Just start to get in touch with your stomach and your lower back as you're doing this, because the weight will start to activate the deeper muscles. And down, this is your last one, lift. Now we'll do our single leg teaser. Lift your first leg, lift your head, roll up, roll down, roll up, roll down. One more time, roll up and roll down. Bend, lift the other leg up and roll up, roll down, roll up, roll down. One more time, roll up and roll down. And bend both knees into the chest. Stretch both arms over your head because it'll give you more momentum. Lift both legs to the ceiling and take the legs to 45 degrees. Roll yourself up. Roll yourself down, arms over your head. Roll yourself up. Roll yourself down. One more time. Roll yourself up. Whoa. Roll yourself down. Bend your knees into your chest. Rock side to side. And roll yourself up to a seated position for your seal. So we will do claps on the shoulders as well. So remember, you will need to find your own balance point there. So we'll do 5 of them. Hands in prayer between your knees, lift the legs, find your ankles. Gently pull the knees in and your elbows out. So you have a little bit of kind of anchor in your inner thighs, and scoop your belly. And here we go. Clap 3 times. Clap, clap, clap. Roll back your shoulders. And here, clap, clap, clap. Roll up. Clap, clap, clap. Roll back. Clap, clap, clap. Roll up. Clap, clap, clap. That's our 3rd one. Back. Clap, clap, clap. Again, up. Clap, clap, clap. Back. Clap, clap, clap. And last one, up. Clap, clap, clap. And back. Clap, clap, clap. Come up to sitting. And give yourselves a hand. This was one heck of a workout. Thank you very much. Let me just